Hi everyone, my name is Muhammad Dini Hanani and now I will share my experience as a panelist. Begin with the practical 2A, finding sample solution. We had to determine whether the solution were bitter, sour, salty or sweet. It was more difficult than I expected to distinguish the sweet solution apart from the others, even though I had assumed it would be simpler. Moving on to the practical 2B, sniffing of the sample. Some scents were really difficult to be identified, especially the mango scent. Lastly, practical 2C, sample testing. We were required to keep our eyes and nose closed during the initial testing. The extent to which that impact my ability to recognize the samples really surprised me. That is all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nur Ain Natasha binti Kamarul Arifin. I would like to share my experience in identifying the sample in the previous sensory lab test. First of all, in practical 2A, I work with a salt solutions. Right away, I noticed that a saltiness was quite low, so I had to focus carefully to pick out that specific flavor. There were other flavors around like bitter, sweet, sour and umami, and it was easy to get distracted by them. Next, for the practical 2B and 2C, one of the most noticeable flavor was the durian. It's such a distinct and strong flavor that it stood out immediately. Then came challenge from the chocolate. When I closed my nose, it became surprisingly difficult to identify. I found that it's much easier to recognize chocolate by its aroma rather than just its taste. This sensory test taught me that smell and taste are closely connected. With my sense of smell back, each flavor felt richer and fuller. I realized just how much smell can enhance and complete the taste experience.
Hi, my name is Nuri Atira binti Muhammad Zain and I'm here to share my experience as a panelist in our sensory lab test. Firstly, in practical 2A, it was difficult to identify between the orange solution and the water dilute solution because they were so similar. Next, in practical 2B, I even mistook a strawberry smell for banana, which shows how hard it is to identify the smell without sight. Lastly, it was difficult to identify the orange flavor in practical 2C because there was no sight or smell. Overall, what I have learned in this test is it shows how much our sense depend on one another to detect the flavor and smell.
Hi, my name is Aina Naziha binti Khaira Anwar and I'm excited to share my experience as a panelist in our sensory lab test. Firstly, in practical 2A, the sour solution caught my attention the most, but I had trouble telling the difference between the bitter and sour sample. Next, for practical 2B, identifying mango and strawberry scents was surprisingly challenging, especially compared to something more distinctive like durian. Lastly, for practical 2C, we just closed our eyes for the second testing. I could use my sense of smell more, which was actually really helpful when I encountered the mango flavor.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Amiruddin bin Alias. So in this experiment, it's surprising how easily scents overlap. Salty and sour can feel similar, making them tricky to tell apart without close attention. Smell plays a huge role too. Blocking your nose can make flavor almost disappear, showing how much we rely on smell for taste. Closing your eyes also changes things, often making flavors sharper and easier to identify. This exercise reveals just how connected our senses are and how much they shape everyday experience, even in ways we don't always notice.
Hi, my name is Nur Ilya. I'm here to share my personal reflection on our sensory experiment. In practical 2A, I initially thought that the bitter solution would be more distinct, but it was unexpectedly mild, which made it tough to tell apart from the salty sample. In practical 2B, I found the chocolate scent surprisingly hard to identify. It was much softer than the fruit smells, which really challenged my expectation. For practical 2C, I noticed how much easier it was to identify durian when I closed my eyes. The strong aroma was a big help. Overall, the This practical taught me that the sensory testing requires more focus and precision than I expect, making it a valuable learning to experience. Thank you.